Hey, what is up, guys? It's Gage from ARG, and today we're going to be talking about some new Odd Eyes support to be released in Breakers of Shadow, which is the next core set to be released in the TCG. As we see it here, we have a ritual monster for Odd Eyes. Isn't that just interesting? I say it never happened, but hey, there it is. I'm going to go over the fact for you guys that are watching and you guys can read it, but for the people just tuning in to listen, I will read it off for you guys. We have Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon. It's a level 7 Earth Dragon type ritual effect monster, 2800 attack, 2500 defense. This card can be ritual summoned by Odd Eyes of Advent, and you can use the first effect of Odd Eyes Gravity Dragon once per turn. When this card is special summoned, you can return all spell and trap cards your opponent controls to the hand. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects except by paying 500 life points. This card is actually pretty scary, and as all you guys will know later, the summoning condition for it is really easy to fulfill. Now, just looking at the card, it is pretty much a giant Trunade on legs that has the built-in spell speed 4 addition, so your opponent can't really chain anything in response to it to avoid being able to pay the 500 life points, which is the drawback. So when you return everything back to your opponent's hand and they want to activate it again, whether it's pendulum monsters or face-up spells or traps or even just back row, if they want to activate them later on in the game, because they can't respond to this card, well, they're going to be paying 500 life points each time they do that, which actually, if you guys look at this effect, is really akin to that of Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon, which I actually took the liberty of pulling up for you guys, where each time your opponent activates a card effect, you inflict 500 to them for immediately after it resolves, which is essentially the same thing as this because it's going to resolve regardless. So I think actually an Odd Eyes, Red Eyes kind of split deck seems kind of scary. I mean, being able to just burn your opponent for 1,000 each time, if you have this and this up, it becomes quite scary, and I don't know. I think it's just something a little fun and interesting to think about because, you know, all the Odd Eyes are level 7. Well, all the notable ones, like we have the Pendulum Dragon as a level 7, and it's really easy to get that thing into the the extra deck, afterwards, so you can then special summon out and have 7s to work with to make the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which is generic, and then, of course, the Red Eyes on their own do this pretty well as is. So I think it's kind of scary, and I think it's just something definitely notable to look at. This card really, I think it's really good. From its stat base, which is really impressive, to the fact that it just balances everything and your opponent can't chain it. So you're guaranteed the monster on the board, and then you're pretty much guaranteed the fact that they're going to be paying at least maybe 1,000 life points to deal with it. Well, 500 is the bare minimum they'll be paying, but they're going to be paying something to get rid of this thing. So it's pretty cool. But how do we summon it? There is a ritual spell card, and it's called Odd Eyes Advent. This is actually a pretty interesting thing, and let's read it for you guys. Ritual summon 1 dragon-type ritual monster from your hand or graveyard by tributating pendulum monsters from your hand or side of the field, whose combined levels are equal to or greater than the monster you ritual summon. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters while you control more monsters, you can send Odd Eyes monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard instead of tributing monsters. This card is really good. It doesn't have the graveyard banish effect like we've seen most of them, you know, with the good and evil of Burning Abyss and the Necros mirrors and everything. That's kind of the common thing to see nowadays, but we're not seeing it even with the fusion card for Burning Abyss. They had something that they could do that, I think, but now they kind of took away from that and they just made an overall better ritual spell card. Looking at it, yeah, you're able to ritual summon from the graveyard or your hand. So if you get your Gravity Dragon end up sent to graveyard, or it's just in there chilling, you can again ritual summon it from there. So you can actually play the bare minimum of 1 copy and still continuously use it. Just make sure you have a way to search it with like the Manjus or the Senjus or whatever. But even the summoning condition, where if your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control none, you can send an Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, which is extremely simple. I don't know why I scrolled up, which is extremely simple to get in your extra deck in the first place just by activating and then sacking it into the Pendulum Zone. You're able to send that to the graveyard to then Pendulum summon out this thing. That's really simple. I mean, you waste no card advantage because the Pendulum Dragon replaces itself, and then you use it as ritual fodder. that's really awesome, man. I don't know. I'm really excited to see how the support works out. I definitely think we have an Odd Eyes, Red Eyes deck on the horizon that has a lot of potential. If not, I think it's definitely going to be a fun idea to really look into. But there's a lot of cards that actually just got spoiled for the V-Jump, for at least the next set, Breakers of Shadow, coming out. So if you guys want to see me go over most of those, I probably will go over a few of them regardless. These are just the first ones I really wanted to talk about. So if you guys liked the video, be sure to like the video, thumbs up the video, haven't especially enjoyed the video. If you want to buy or sell product, if you want to attend high-level events, or if you want to read articles from the toppest of top players, all3outofgames.com is a place to go check out. Be sure to like our Facebook fan page and subscribe to our Twitch stream if you haven't already. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Gage from ARG, signing out.